out there in Facebook world or LinkedIn or YouTube or wherever I end up putting this video past this Facebook Live feed. Wanted to share a lot. There's a lot of things I want to share in light of what's happening out in our world right now. There's something that's more insidious and that is spreading faster than COVID-19, however, and that is fear. And fear can be valuable to us, but it can also be our enemy. And so for the past few days, I think really since Thursday, Friday, I've been hunkering down and thinking and writing and doing my own internal work with the tools that I use with my clients as well. And I've been tuning into my mentors. I have a lot of really great mentors and coaches with great information, and I've been listening to what they have to say and utilizing their resources and helping myself. I've been thinking, how can I best serve my current clients and people who have reached out to me? How can I best serve my audience, the world right now? What's mine to do? What are my gifts to share? And how can I make sure that I'm keeping myself in the right place to be of best service to others, as well as being of best service to myself? Because I have to serve myself first, so that I can have the energy, the mindset, the tools, the emotions to serve you in the way that I can. So I talked about, this is going to be a video, but I'm going to be doing a lot over this next week or two or more, videos and emails and posts and whatever ways I can get the information out there to help people with what they're going through. So I'm starting off finally disseminating all the information. I'm going to be putting it out in different pieces. So as not to overwhelm and to make sure that there's something that you can use from each of the posts. And if I share more than one resource, tool, or idea, then what I'm going to suggest is that you make sure you choose one, at least one. Take something from each of these, especially if you continue to tune in, if you find these valuable for you and you continue to tune in. So as I was mentioning, fear is spreading faster than the virus, and it's creating a lot of panic and irrational thinking and action. So I mentioned before, fear is our friend, but anxiety, worry, stress is not, at least not after a certain point. So the thing to understand is that all of our quote unquote negative emotions, including fear tends to be really the base emotion of the others. It can be our friend initially. And so fear is as a trigger, it's an alert signal to tell us that there's something that we need to pay attention to, something that we need to be aware of, something that's off kilter, something that might present some kind of danger. And so we need to pay attention to it, so that we can then do something, with the information. But again, it's a quick trigger, like putting your hand on a hot stove or hot burner, right? It's a trigger to tell you there's something to pay attention to that might not be in your best interest, and that become aware and then take some action. So we have that pain, we immediately unconsciously just kind of pull our hand back. We don't need to keep putting our hand on the burner to remind us that it's not where we want to go, right? That it's not in our best interest. So once we have that pain and we take the action, we don't need the pain anymore. to keep reminding us of that. So the fear can initially trigger us, hey, there's something that we have to pay attention to. But then it's time to process the information. So the fear is created with the back part of our brain here, the primitive brain, the primordial brain, and the amygdala, the fight or flight center of the brain, although there's really more than those two responses, which I'll talk about. But it's once we've been signaled, then unless it's a real imminent danger kind of situation, like right here, right now, the danger is present. It's there's a predator that we have to fight off or run away from, or in some way protect ourselves from in this moment. It's real, it's tangible, it's physical. Beyond that, and with what most of our dangers or apparent perceived dangers are, is something that then we have to process and determine that the appropriate action to take. Right? So if there's not some predator right here, right now in our face or approaching us, then we need to get out of the primitive brain and we need to start activating this area of the brain right here behind our forehead. This is a more advanced area of the human brain, the what's known as the prefrontal cortex. And this is where logic, reason, and problem solving and creativity and growth all stem from. Not back here. This is conditioned response, immediate reaction to get out of imminent danger, habit, just autopilot. But most of the time, that's not what we need, or we only need it very quickly and then we can get back to normal. So in what's happening right now, we need to get out of here and we need to start to get processing here in that prefrontal cortex area and to think logically, right? Not, oh my God, I am going to be stuck in the house for 2 weeks. I'm going to run out of toilet paper. So I better get more than I need, more than my family needs, more than I need even for 2 weeks. So that's irrational thinking. Fear can be our friend when it triggers the alert response. And then we need to get out of fear and start getting into rationality and problem solving and creativity and thinking outside of the box and rationalizing, what is appropriate action and what's not appropriate action, and to what degree do we need to take the action? Because if we stay in fear and we're staying back here and we're not getting up here, then fear turns to anxiety. Fear turns into, we're turning it inward into our physical body and starting to activate and overactivate and stay in activation mode of the sympathetic nervous system, which is where stress derives from, and which is designed to create that immediate action to get us out of the situation when we have to do something physically. But when we get stuck there, it lowers our immune system. And so the thing that we need right now is to boost our immune system, not suppress our immune system. So when we stay in fear and then it turns into anxiety and we overstimulate the sympathetic nervous system and we stay stuck in that sympathetic state and we don't get out of it, we start to suppress our immune system as well as our ability to think rationally. And that's not what we need right now, right? So we need things that help to boost our immune system, not suppress it. If you don't do some things that help you to get out of this fear state, this anxiety state, this stress, this worry, you're going to be more susceptible. Okay, no matter what else you're doing, you're going to be more susceptible. And any of those positive things you might be trying to do to help your immune system. If you're not controlling your stress and your sympathetic nervous system response, then those other things are not going to help you, or they're just going to be counteracted, right? So you're not really helping yourself. You're just kind of staying where you were. So I want to teach some things to help to get out of this stress, this worry. There's going to be some practical things. There's going to be some neuroscience-based techniques that I want to teach and that I really encourage you to start using. Some of them might seem a little bit odd, but I'm not going to share something with you that's not proven to be effective, valuable, that hasn't been time tested. Everything that I use with my clients I first used for me, found value from. They're widely researched. They're based in science, not woo-woo, and they work. And they can work really quickly, and they can work for a longer period of time. And they don't have the downsides to them that other things people can be turning to help them, to soothe, to distract, to to forget what's going on, or to make themselves feel better. So that's things like cigarettes, alcohol, uh, um, food, things that have negative repercussions on the other end of them. So they're what I call win-lose resources. You get maybe a temporary win of soothing or distracting or feeling better, but then you've got the lose on the other side of it, because they are harmful to your body, or they suppress the immune system. This is a respiratory disease, right? COVID-19. So if you're smoking, you're suppressing your immune system and you are making yourself more vulnerable. If there's any time to quit, the time is now. And if you're having a challenge with that, please reach out to me, because I have a really great success rate with at least 75% with helping people to stop smoking. So what I want to do is just teach you one technique right now. Very simple, very easy. You can do it anytime, any place. It's not it doesn't look quite as odd or call as much attention to you as some of the other techniques that I'll be sharing with you might. But again, these things are very simple and very effective. So the first thing that I want to do is teach you something that helps to calm the sympathetic nervous system and starts to activate the opposite system, which is the calming system, and that is known as the parasympathetic nervous system. So this is what helps to create a state of greater peace, right? Physically, mentally, emotionally. The parasympathetic nervous system creates a state of peace and calm. So this is called, I've created a new nickname for it, but it works with the vagus nerve, and the vagus nerve is something that runs through the body from the brain down into the nervous system, and it's the entry point to the parasympathetic nervous system. And so the way that you can begin to calm that vagus nerve and begin to activate the parasympathetic nervous system is to do what a smoothing process from your neck down towards your abdomen. I have nicknamed this the vagus smoothie. So we're soothing, or we're smoothing out the activity of that nerve by moving gently with our hands. I'm going to move the camera a little bit here. It's my first time using my new laptop camera. Okay. And so you're going to go from, I can't get the full thing, but from your chest up here around your throat chakra area, you might not have heard of that phrase, but it's just an energy center of your body. So moving from the throat down, smoothing downward, down your chest towards your abdomen. Stop at your abdomen, then you can reach over with the next hand, the other hand, and glide it down as well, smoothing down. And then reach over with your other hand again. So you can just keep rotating the hands, right hand, then left hand, smoothing down. And while you're doing this, you want to focus on your breath. Take some deep breaths in and out as you do this smoothing motion. And you want to do that for about 2 minutes. If you need to shorten it, you can, but ideally go for about 2 minutes. Maybe set a timer. And again, you're just focusing on the breath. Deep breaths in and out. If you want, you can sync up the motion. So a deep breath in as you do one smooth, and then exhale as you do the next smooth. Inhale, and then exhale. Okay, so just focus on that breath. And ideally, you want to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Try to get that breath all the way down into your abdomen. Don't breathe so shallowly up here in the chest. Okay, and just keep smoothing. So I forgot to check the time as I started, but it's been about 2 minutes now. So when you're done, just take another nice, slow, deep cleansing breath in and let it go. Okay, so that's the vagus smoothie. And that is one technique that will help you to begin to calm the sympathetic nervous system and begin to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. Okay. One practical tip to leave you with is stop watching, reading, listening to the news or even other people's stuff 24/7. I was talking with my cousin the other day he's out in California near LA to see what was happening out there. And he was talking about how he was watching the news, all throughout the day. And he started to notice that he was having a hard time sleeping, and he doesn't usually have a hard time sleeping. And, he made the connection. He's like, oh, I'm watching too much news. I'm overstimulating myself, especially at night before bedtime. So really, really start to fast a bit. We're in Lenten season, so maybe this is something you can add to your fasting list, but start to fast on news. I'm not saying that you can't watch the news, but 24/7 or every 5 minutes checking something, and that's just overstressing you. So first of all, try to get a balance of your news and from different sources. But maybe first thing in the afternoon is the first time that you check the news. Don't do it first thing in the morning. You really want to set the tone for your day. For yourself. Don't let the media set your tone for the day, right? Don't let your social media feed and other people on it set your tone for the day. Start your day off in a state of peace, preferably doing some meditation, but I'll cover that in some future videos. So start off in a state of peace. Don't even check the news until at least noontime. Wait till your lunch break, right? And check just those best resources, and then wait again until sometime in the evening. But again, not before bedtime. Don't have stressful input right before you're trying to go to sleep. It's going to be challenging for you to slow your mind down, have peaceful thoughts that you're going to sleep with. Negative thoughts right before sleep. If you can get to sleep, it's going to create a disturbed sleep. All right. So, just limit it and be cautious about the sources. If something really, really big happens that you need to react immediately to, you're going to find out, but we're not really in that situation right now. So this isn't like a tornado or hurricane coming through. There's really not going to be much different in a few hours time from when you checked it at lunchtime to when you checked it, later in the evening. But do it earlier in the evening. Don't do it, within an hour or two of bedtime. And if you're having some problems with sleep, I'm going to be putting out some more resources as well. I'm going to be sharing a free sleep time audio or a safe feeling audio. So I just want to share resources with people. If you feel like you need some more private help or some quicker help, then please reach out to me and we'll have a conversation about what that might look like and how I can best help you. But for right now, I'm just going to be sharing some free resources, some quick resources, some things you can just start to consume, utilize right now to notice some positive effects from it, and then keep tuning in and learning some more things. And please share this information as well. So if you found something was helpful from this or any of my future things that I'm going to be putting out, please share it so that more people can benefit from it. And share it freely. Right. So I'm sharing these things freely with you, and I want you to share them freely. So, these are the kinds of things that we want to have go viral. And these are the things that you want to feast on. Fast on the news, feast on things that are going to give back to you, that are going to truly soothe you without negative repercussions, things that can be quick and more lasting than those temporary things like stuff in your mouth with some food, or a cigarette, or alcohol, whatever. And save your money for the things that are truly going to be helpful for you. I'm going to put out some resources as well that I've disseminated from my coaches. And if you've got kids, I've been pulling some resources to share with you as well, to how to talk to your kids, how to use some of these tools with your kids as also, so that they can benefit, and you can teach them some things they can do for themselves to learn how to self-soothe and quiet their own emotions and nervous system. So I think that's it for now. And my future ones will be shorter, but I wanted to get some of this information and tell you what I'm up to, and to make sure to keep looking every day. It might be more than once a day where I'm posting anything new that I feel is going to be helpful and relevant. I'm gonna post it in between where I'm serving my clients in the way that I still am. Thankfully, I can go virtual with my clients, so we're doing everything over the phone now, or sometimes video. So no matter where you are, I can work with you. So you don't have to be local, and this is a great thing. I mean, there's opportunity here. Thankfully, we have the technology, and through every adversity, there's opportunity. So I'm going to be talking more about that in future videos, and ways that you can find the opportunity in what we're experiencing right now, and actually find ways to create deeper connection, even though we have to social distance right now. This is an opportunity really to deepen our conversations with people without distraction. So more on that to come, and reach out to me again, comment here if you're watching this now or you're watching it later. Give me any comments, and if there's things that you're wrestling with right now, please let me know that also, and then I'll create some videos or some resources around that to serve what your specific needs are right now. Okay, so be safe, be healthy, take care of yourselves, social distance. Please stay in as much as you possibly can. The more we can keep ourselves out of public and passing on what we might not even know that we have right now, the quicker we can flatten the curve of this happening, and the sooner we can get things back to normal. Although I don't think they'll ever be really normal again with something like this. Things have to change, and I think that's that's a larger lesson in what we can take away from all of this. All right, that's it for now. Bye, everyone.